A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 23, verses 13 to 22. The passage is taken from the Message version of the Bible. Jesus said to the crowds and to his disciples, "I've had it with you. You're hopeless. You religion scholars, you Pharisees, frauds. Your lives are roadblocks to God's kingdom. You refuse to enter and won't let anyone else in either. You're hopeless. You religion scholars and Pharisees, frauds. You go halfway around the world to make a convert, but once you get him, you make him into a replica of yourselves, double damned. You're hopeless. What arrogant stupidity, you say. If someone makes a promise with his fingers crossed, that's nothing. But if he swears with his hand on the Bible, that's serious. What ignorance! Does the leather on the Bible carry more weight than the skin on your hands? And what about this piece of trivia? If you shake hands on a promise, that's nothing. But if you raise your hand that God is your witness, that's serious? What ridiculous hair-splitting! What difference does it make whether you shake hands or raise hands? A promise is a promise. What difference does it make if you make your promise inside or outside a house of worship? A promise is a promise. God is present, watching, and holding you to account regardless. The Gospel of the Lord.
Good morning. Welcome to Coffee with God, and I am Father Joseph Matthew. Today, on the 25th of August, we reflect on the Holy Gospel according to St. Matthew, chapter 23, verses 13 to 22. When religion wears a mask. In Matthew chapter 23, Jesus speaks with what William Barclay calls the rolling thunder of Christ's wrath. Yet, even in his stern words, there is sorrow. Jesus is angry not because he hates, but because he loves. His heart breaks over the blindness of those who lead others away from God. The scribes and Pharisees were masters of religious appearances. Outwardly, they looked holy, meticulous in their observance of rules, wearing symbols of piety for all to see, but inside, their hearts were filled with pride, jealousy, and arrogance. They were actors in the worst sense, wearing masks that hid the truth. For Jesus, true religion is not a performance. It is the humble doing of God's will, born from love. Even worse, these leaders blocked others from entering the kingdom. Instead of leading people to God's love, they burdened them with human rules. They converted people not to God but to their own brand of religion. It's a warning for us too. Faith is not about winning people to our side, but bringing them to Christ. The greatest heresy is to think any one group has a monopoly on God. Finally, Jesus calls out their signs of evasion. They had built clever systems to dodge the truth, finding loopholes in their oaths and promises. But for the Christian, every word is spoken before God, and every intention is seen by Him. There is no room for technicalities when the heart is dishonest. This gospel invites us to remove our masks, to let faith flow from the inside out. It challenges us to be honest in speech, pure in heart, and focused on leading others, not to ourselves or to our preferences, but to the living God. Amen.